So good morning class. Today we are going to learn about data types in Java. So as you all know, Java is a strongly typed language. That is, each variable must be declared before use. So to declare a variable, we need two things. One is definitely the name of the variable and the other thing is the data type. So what is the use of data type? Data type specify the different sizes and values that can be stored in the variable. For example, if I declare a variable named s having data type int, here int specifies that the variable s stores an integer value of size 4 bytes. Now, classification of data types. So data types are broadly classified into two categories. One is primitive data type and the other is non-primitive data type. So the primitive data types are boolean, character, byte, short, int, long, float and double. These are the data types that are pre-existing in Java. And non-primitive data types are those data types that we make using these primitive data types based on our convenience. So non-primitive data types include classes, interfaces, and arrays. So data types are broadly classified into two categories, primitive and non-primitive. So primitive data types include integer, floating point, character, and boolean. Integer is further classified into byte, short, int, and long. Floating point is classified into float and double. Character is as it is, and boolean is as it is. The non-primitive data types are of four types: classes, interfaces, arrays, and strings. So we will not go through this non-primitive data type today. We will only stick to this primitive data type. In the next class, we will go through these non-primitive data types. So the first one is Boolean data type. The Boolean data type is used to store only two possible values, true and false. This data type is used for simple flags that track true or false conditions. So basically, suppose we have a program to check whether the program's output is either true or false, we need this Boolean data type. For example, if we need to check if the first number is greater than the second number, or if a given character is a vowel or not. So for this kind of programs, we need the return statement as Boolean. The return output should be Boolean. Then, then comes the byte data type. The byte data type is an example of primitive data type and it is an 8-bit signed 2's complement integer. So it is an 8-bit integer and the integers are stored in 2's complement form. Its value range lies between minus 128 to 127. So the minimum value is minus 128 and the maximum value is 127 and the default value is 0. For example, if we just declare a variable and don't store any value in it, so the default value that will be stored is 0. An example is byte A is equal to 10 or byte B is equal to minus 20. These are two examples where A and B are the variable names and byte is the data type. Then comes the short data type. The short data type is a 16-bit signed 2's complement integer. It is also signed and the numbers are stored in 2's complement form. The only difference is that it stores 16-bit integer. The value ranges from minus 32,768 to 32,767. Both these values are inclusive. Default value here is also 0 and we store the data type, we write the data type as short. So an example is short s is equal to 10,000. So s is the variable name and short is the data type. The value stored is 10,000. Similarly, short r equal to minus 5,000. So r is the variable name, short is the data type and the value stored is minus 5,000. Int data type. The int data type is a 32-bit signed 2's complement integer. So it is 32-bit, it is signed and the integers are stored in 2's complement form. The minimum value that can be stored is minus 2 to the power 31, whereas the maximum value that can be stored is 2 to the power 31 minus 1. The default value here is also 0. And in a similar fashion, as you can see in the examples, we can store values in integer data type. Then comes the long data type. So the long data type is a 64-bit 2's complement integer. So the size here is 64-bit and the integers are stored in 2's complement form. The minimum value here is minus 2 to the power 63 and the maximum value is 2 to the power 63 minus 1. The default value is 0 and an example is long a is equal to say 1 lakh. Finally, we write L to specify this long. Then comes the float data type. The float data type is a single precision 32-bit IEEE 754 floating point. So it is single precision and it is 32-bit. So the data type stores floating point numbers of size 32 bits. By floating point number, we mean decimal numbers. Use a float if you need to save memory in large arrays of floating point numbers. So if we need to save memory, we use this float. Otherwise, we opt for double that we will discuss next. The default value here is 0.0. An example is float f1 equal to 234.5 f. So here f1 is the variable name and the data type is float. Then comes double data type. The double data type is a double precision 64-bit IEEE 754 floating point. So it is 64-bit. The size is double that of float. It was 30. Float was of size 32-bit, whereas double is of size 64 bits. For decimal values, this data type is generally the default choice. So basically we choose this, but if we need to save memory, since it occupies a lot of memory, we opt for float. The default value here is 0.0. Example, double D1 is equal to 12.3. So D1 is the variable name and double is the data type. The value stored is 12.3. Then comes the character data type. The character data type is a single 16-bit Unicode character. So it stores data in 16-bit memory location. The character data type is used to store characters. As we all know, this data type is used to store characters. For example, char a is equal to this capital A. So here the small a is the variable name and char is the data type. So this is it for today. Thank you.